It's showtime, my guys. What's up? What's up? Welcome to another show, my guys. I'm Jay Money, or your host, Jay Money. That's my co-host, Shark in Sports. My guy, the Shark. We here. We're trying to cash these tickets today. We really appreciate everybody for tuning in. As always, hit the like button, subscribe if you like the content, guys. Please hit that like button and subscribe. We really appreciate every single one of you guys for here that's in the chat. What's up, Shark? You good, bro?
Fantastic as usual. Another opportunity to be great. My favorite Monday, I always call it that. Selection in your mind. The world will tell you it's the worst day of the week. I will tell you it's the best day of the week because you select it, you dominate it, and you desire it. And of course, it is Sharks Sports. It is J Money. Is Money, J Money Cash Money. My man, a legendary figure in gambling Twitter, joined, as I said yesterday, by another legendary figure. I can call myself out once in a while. We know it. And you know it. Sopranos on the rack at all times. J Money, how you feeling today on this beautiful Monday?
Hey, feeling good, man. Feeling good. My God, obviously coming off that little 2-0 day yesterday. Really 3-0 if you throw in the Rutgers. Real nice day, bro. Yesterday was yesterday, though. Let's get to today. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring that momentum into today. You cast the Mavs. I cast the Bulls. I rode with you on the Mavs. They won by 40. So it's a good day. It was a good day. I wish they were all like that, man. I wish they were all, but they ain't supposed to be easy. But you know what I'm saying? We're here. We're percolating. We're ready to. It's upward movement, man. It's time to go. Let's go, bro. It's one game I really like today. I must say, it's one game. It's one popped out to me. We are going to teach some guys how to bet on this other game. Just show you guys how we're looking at it on this Hornets versus Spurs spot. But first, man, I want to go to this. We're going to Chicago. We're going to Chicago, where to the Windy City. They've been blowing in cash all week. My gosh, 4-1 against the spread last 5. Ever since making the starting lineup change, Kobe White on the bench, Satoransky into the starting lineup. That is Young in the starting lineup, guys. We get Gobert questionable here for Utah. I must say, whether he plays or not. I like the Bulls here to keep this one close. Not saying they're going to win the game. It is a winnable game for them if they bring that top 3 defense past 5 games. I do think they could possibly win this game, but I'm perfectly happy with taking the 9 points. Give me the Bulls plus the 9 as the top play right now. I like this play. There's third game in 4 nights, Starkey, but coming back to the house, but they're sitting outside the playoff race right now. Every game matters to them right now. If you want to make the playoffs over there in the East, what you like in this one?
Yeah, no, you made the comment last night, and we were going through it off the record. Teams in the East that need to win, it's outside of the box. It's not necessarily numerical. It's not necessarily narrative in terms of the actual game. It's large-scale movement because they have to win to compete in the playoffs. And, of course, you look at this team. It's a professional group. Zach LaVine obviously made his money theoretically in the narrative of the public in the dunk contest. The guy's actually a hell of a professional. I got to give him a lot of credit. He has a diversified game, and I love the way he actually lets this group ride around him when you watch them ball. And when you look at this, we've been saying this for the last couple of weeks, Utah is just cratering. There's no way around it. They were way too hot. They were 20-1 straight up. They covered 15 straight games. They covered double-digit spreads in the fourth quarter. They're just not in the environment to continue this. And I think, again, some things don't have to be 8 boxes deep. You really are finding a nice spot for the Bulls buying, and you're finding a great fade of the Jazz here in a sustained environment.
Exactly. My guy. That's what I'm saying here. So just go look at it a little bit first. So the Jazz, these boys here, this is the last game of their 5-game road trip. So they did have a couple of days off, but Gobert, he was already questionable in the last game. You see what I'm saying? With a hip contusion, ended up playing. Now, what do we see? Once again, he's questionable here after a couple of days off. I think they may be gearing up for that Nets game next. I look at it, I say, let's see who the Jazz have next just to make this a lot better. Oh, they have the Brooklyn Nets coming into their house, a lot bigger game. It is an Eastern Conference opponent, which both of these are. So doesn't mean as much to the Jazz. They're not really just going to get up like they are facing a Western Conference like the Lakers or the Suns or somebody. But they will get up to play the Nets. And I think if they do rest Gobert here to rest that hip up a little bit, I think that will speak even more volumes to them getting ready for the next game. They probably could still come in here and possibly win this game even without Gobert. I'm sure that's how they're looking at it. We get a possible look ahead spot for the Jazz. We get the last game of their road trip, them ready to get back to the house. They've been on the road forever. 2 days off in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell them what they've been doing or whatever. Jordan Clarkson probably going to skateboard. You know what I'm saying? Maybe smoke a little gas or whatever. A couple of days off. Hey, I ain't getting drug tests, so I'm doing whatever I want. You dig what I'm saying? But regardless of all that, I like the Bulls here plus the 9. I think this number's a tad too high, and it goes hand in hand with my guy Shark. The Jazz are still being graded like they were playing earlier in the season when they had all those games, 7-8 games at the house in a row. You have the same gym. Yeah, you're going to have super hot shooting all this. Now they're going to different arenas to see them on the road against the East. Giving 9? No, I'm sorry. In my opinion, they could win and blow out here. But in my opinion, before the game, this line is a tad bit off. Maybe it should be around maybe 6.5, 7. Maybe the Jazz should be laying maybe 6 here on the road. I'd probably still be looking at the Bulls as a home dog here. So give me plus 9.
You are right. Like just one final point on that. We talked about this yesterday, and we're going to go forward to the Rockets as well. The books have not adjusted some of these numbers for a new average. And, of course, if you had been fading the Rockets for the last 19 games, you would be a millionaire right now if your bankroll was managed properly. But it's the same environment with the Jazz. If you rode them in their window, but now it's still the same average. And that's a great point, Jay. 100%.
And I mean, that's the only excuse that I can make that this line is at 9, guys. Like literally, they're still being graded. Like the Jazz are. I mean, we can't say that they're not good. That they are good. They are great. But to be laying 9 on the road here, guys, we're going a little too far. But like I say, the bookmakers, they make their lines, and then we try to take advantage of them, guys. So in my opinion, the Bulls is the best value spot on the board today. And yes, I'm going top. I like the Bulls here. Win or lose, I'm riding with it. I think that's my best play of the day, bro. But let's talk about this Hornets versus Spurs spot here, Shark, because this was one we were talking about last night. We really thought it was a really lovely spot for the Hornets off of 3 straight lackluster efforts here. So they are starting to kind of go to the other direction. We did get the news last night that LaMelo Ball has fractured his wrist, likely out for the rest of the season. It's kind of crazy because I saw that he was going to be probable for this game, him and Terry Rozier. Then the next report I saw was that he's feared to have a fractured wrist. It's just really crazy how that ended up happening. We can't forget that this team has a bunch of guards. They got Hayward, kind of sort of like a point forward over there, who's really like their main ball handler over there aside of LaMelo Ball. Terry Rozier. They got Devontae Graham. You can't forget about Devontae Graham. A lot of people that forgot about him, Shark. What do you think here? No LaMelo Ball. This line is still – the line doesn't really move the whole lot with that news, though. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, I think that we talked about this off the record. Of course, we are on the record now. We'd love to do it. But I think this is a great fate of the Spurs. And I think when you look at what the Charlotte has done, you were wrong, but not necessarily wrong when they got handled by the Lakers. And then we made the point on the air that we thought the Clippers would handle them because the back-to-back in LA is just really difficult. Not only are you in LA, a younger group hanging out, doing whatever you're doing, but you're getting 2 just absolute contender spots back-to-back. So I don't think those are necessarily representative of Charlotte's quality here. And, of course, you always want to find, as I always say, the consistency to the inconsistency. And this is definitely going to be the buyback environment off of 2 absolutely pathetic showings against the spread and energy-wise. And I think here, of course, we are sanctioning Chicago as our top, tippity top. But I think Charlotte is coming very close as well.
Pierce, the weather, we appreciate you for tuning in, my guy. He says, the Shark, just go against Jay and the Shark and you will win. I hope you faded us yesterday really nicely. Now, I'm messing with you, Pierce. Now, I know you're messing with, but no, this one, guys, Hornets, in all honesty, no, you're my guy. Oh, yeah, everybody tune in, my guys. I really appreciate y'all for watching. Our positive vibes, even a few negative vibes. But now, Pierce the Weather, Lean, Matthew Whitaker, Spliff Kingsbury, everybody in here. Tyreek, King, I see everybody in here. I appreciate y'all. Where my guy Eric Jones at, man? He been here. 188 people watching now. When we win, the channel grows, my guys. It grows. So, but yeah, this one, I just wholeheartedly being honest with you guys, This is not a game where I look at to take the Spurs. To be honest with you, the LaMelo Ball news coming out yesterday, I think sometimes when those injuries come out the day before, they really try to get you on one side, in my opinion. I'm not saying the Spurs are not the right side, but when we see injuries come out like the people saying the day before, okay, somebody's out. So you just have to know that, like, the sportsbook guys, they know this. They're kind of putting that out, the info out on purpose to get as much money on the other. I'm just saying that's the way I've been seeing it. Here, the Spurs, this is what you have to look at, guys, to be honest with you. This is not a bet on spot for the Spurs. This is not, and this is just me trying to teach you guys how to bet. The Spurs could cash, but just know, first game back at the house off of or anything more than 4 games, your first game back at the house is always a sleepy spot. It's always a flat spot. The Spurs come back at the house off of 5 games. You see what I'm saying? It was already, I think that was 5 and 8 days the other day. So this is their 6th game in 10 days. This is their 6th game in 10 days. It's a terrible spot. Maybe the next one versus the Clippers I could really show. I could see a no-show by the Spurs here, guys. Like I say, 5 games on the road against then the last one you come against the Bucks. You went 4-1 against the spread in those games. The Spurs are very hot right now. You come back to the house, you're laying points versus a Hornets team who's still on the road. They still have 2 more games. So in theory, the Hornets come in a lot more focused team. Somebody could step up just because LaMelo Ball is out. You could really see Devontae Graham come in here and score 20-25. A lot of people forgotten about him. He's kind of sort of been disrespected. This is his chance to come and show, okay, look, I'm still here. I still want a contract extension, all this. So sometimes, Shark, you pointed out, when the player goes out, sometimes the team can rally. Hornets they've lost every single game they've played so far on the road. Call me crazy. I really think the Hornets are coming to play here. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see them win this game here.
I agree.
What you think?
No, I agree 100%. And one other point on this. This is a revenge game. And you made the comment. I listened to you. You listened to me. You don't autopilot revenge games, but you do find the environments that you can buy. And they did get beat 122-110 with LaMelo Ball earlier. And as you said, the line's not moving. And this is the thing that a lot of people think that they're finding an edge on the line. A player's announced out, the line doesn't move. The books are telling you the team weighting. Again, we're not playing daily fantasy sports. You have to remember, we're not playing daily fantasy. We're playing team sports. The team averaging is not moving here. And I think this is a really sharp take for Charlotte here across multiple points, really.
And the last point here, guys, the because I had to go back and look at it. Why were they favored by 4? And what's the difference? Why did this line open up at 4? So Hayward and PJ Washington playing the last game. Spurs beat them by 12 points. This game, you're going to have PJ Washington and Hayward over there. So it's no LaMelo. So actually, the Hornets get 2 players back in this game from the last one. And then obviously they're losing Ball. But I mean, they stayed within 12 against the Spurs without those guys. And that's when now they're off 3 straight losses, 3 kind of no-shows. I still think that was the right side versus the Lakers. It was a back-to-back, you know what I'm saying? They still stayed with them boys and went and tied the game up, had really a chance to get that game. They just really ran out of gas there. You know it's going to be a no-show the next game versus the Clippers. If there was a game for the Hornets, in my opinion, to show a strong buy, it would be here. They're getting 5.5 points. The LaMelo Ball really hurts it, guys, but I really do think this could be a sharp take and a sharp way for to go against everybody and cash with them, because everybody's seeing that LaMelo Ball news and they're taking the Spurs just easily. Oh, LaMelo Ball's out. Oh, I'm taking the Spurs. Oh, the Spurs are playing nice. You got to look at the spot, look deeper into the game, and you'll see. Yeah. In my opinion, this is a fade spot for the Spurs.
One more point on this. We always talk about groups and generations, and of course, generations are very compressed. It's not 20-year gaps. When you look at a guy like Melo going out, I mean, the guy's 19 years old, right? 20, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the guys in this group are 23 to 27. That is a generational gap, and I think you're going to see them clustering and rallying together here. And it's a really secondary psychological point, but I do think there's a real strong point there. That without LaMelo, I saw him. He was before the Lakers game. He's dancing around on the court. I mean, you think about this guy's life. I mean, the guy has it made. He's hanging out, man. I mean, he's a 19-year-old. Come on, bro. But you do think about that. Like when he's out, this group definitely takes on a different level of professionalism. I feel like you don't have the young buck hanging out. You know, it's not. You know, we're not on TikTok here. We're on YouTube. Money is money. But I think the environment does change a little bit here.
He said we're not on TikTok here. That was funny, man. Yeah, Graham could be pissed off. I'll be honest with you. I'm not taking the Spurs here. I actually have a heavy lean to the Hornets. So just take that for what it's worth. I just think it could be a really overreaction in my opinion, and we've seen it sometimes. Okay, so and so out. All right, well, it's time for me to step up. Let's talk about this one, bro. We got the Thunder versus the Timberwolves here, Shark. Bro, I'm really close to hopping on the Timberwolves here, bro. I think this is one of those games. We saw OKC win yesterday. They tried to lose that game. I don't care what nobody say. And it's crazy because I see one of the injury reports. They said Lou Dort, tank violator. He's out for today. That shit was so funny to me because that's exactly what he did. He violated their tanking system. If it wasn't for Dort, they would have lost the game yesterday to the Rockets or whatever. And I think they really wanted to. So it's like, all right, Dort, you out here winning us games. Let me go ahead and sit you. I was talking about this with my girl. It's kind of crazy. I see these teams not wanting to win. Okay, see, obviously tanking. They're not really a whole lot to play for here. And they're resting Dort here, Shark. I saw Horford was supposed to play here because he rested yesterday, obviously. What happened? Oh, they're resting him again. Oh, we won yesterday without you? Okay, we just rest you again. No, we don't want to win. So Dort resting. Baisley's not playing, or actually is kind of really injured. But Horford resting, Lou Dort is just rested. No injury. His toe's not messed up, man. We just in. So what you think here? Timberwolves have actually, it's another team that's on the bottom cellar of the West here, Shark. They've actually been showing that they want to win lately. They've actually been playing hard since the All-Star break. They've been covering these spreads. What, 4 out of 6, 4-2 against the spread? What you liking here?
I just think here, when you look at this environment, of course, the third matchup of the year, the previous 2 games were inside of 3 points as well. And this is where I have a problem with it. When you see the line moving towards them, I think this is just a better average. And I think that this game is going to be a real sweat. And sometimes I will say, like, of course, in the revenge spot or not, when it moves towards it, it's a great buy. I think this is just a better average. And I want to take the Wolves here. I might, to be honest with you. Of course, it is only 2:31 p.m. Eastern time on a casual, not so casual, my favorite Monday. But when we really look at this, I don't love laying points here with Minnesota. I think they function much better as a dog in this current environment. And we have seen this. And, of course, we always talk about how it goes to different teams as well. Look at Chicago at home as a favorite. They are not very good, but they're good as a dog. It's functionality against an average. And when the average moves towards the environment, the books are adjusting. When the adjusted average is now here, you're not making as much money. You have to find it where the books haven't adjusted the average. And, of course, that is Houston, it is Chicago in certain environments, it is Utah in certain environments. But I digress. Continue, Jay.
Hey, nice. What's called? Some of the people got the Wolves last night. It did open at 1.5. So that, in my opinion, it actually shows some sharp move. Got some sharp movement here. This line opened up at 1.5. Money Mars said he got it at -2 last night, and I know you did because it was there. It was up to 3 this morning. We're seeing some. I mean, I think it's some people out there that's seeing maybe some sharp people seeing the same thing. I'm seeing that the Timberwolves are playing a lot better right now. They have one. Just a hidden angle here, guys. The Timberwolves have one worse loss than the Thunder. So what the Thunder are trying to do, they're kind of trying to even it up right now, kind of try to catapult them, as you know what I'm saying. And then the Thunder maybe have the worst record here. If the Thunder are going to tank a game, it's going to be this one, is what I'm saying. And it's kind of crazy because the Timberwolves, they got a new coach over there. For him, you don't really want to tank. You see what I'm saying? Like their players have been playing hard. Anthony Edwards. So just break it down real quick. The last time they played, when OKC beat them by 2, I remember because I was all over the Timberwolves in that first game when they rested. I think it was like SGA and Horford. So let's see. The second game, Baisley had 13 points. Lou Dort had 10 points. Obviously 6 rebounds. And a lot of defense that's not going to be in the stat line. A lot of defense. SGA went off for 31. Maladon went off for 10. Diallo off the bench with 15. So that's Diallo, Baisley, and Dort won't be in this game. For that game for Minnesota as well. They didn't have Karl Anthony Towns in that game, and let's see who else. They still had Beasley. But no Karl Anthony Towns. So it's just kind of tough to see what happened there. Yeah, Wolves went up to -4, and I agree with it. I wouldn't be betting the Wolves -4. I do think it's the right side. But to be honest with you, I do think that the Wolves are the right side here. I think that the OKC is literally not trying to win this game. I think they're showing you that by resting Horford and Dort. SJ is going to play, guys. They play really hard all the time. Them missing Dort here really throws things off for me because that's their best defender by far. I think Timberwolves will get it done, guys. We're just trying to teach you guys how to bet, give you some leans on some games. What you want to do? You want to go to the Raptors? What you want to talk about, Raptors versus Rockets?
I think outside of maybe 30 seconds of here, We've been saying this now. I mean, this is going back 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. I mean, Houston is very unadjusted. They're still getting lines as if, not necessarily James Harden lines, but they're getting lines as if it's Oladipo, John Wall. I mean, these are like, kind of fringe, obviously ex-All-Stars, fringe All-Star players. I mean, Oladipo, top 3 draft pick. I mean, this is just how they have them graded. And they're not trying. They're not. And I mean, of course, I hate being late to the party where, of course, you start fading them now. They might turn a little bit of a corner. But I do think that Toronto theoretically would be the side here, just based on just this perpetual fade.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about this game, be honest with you, just real quick. Yeah, I do think that if you're fading the Rockets at some point, they will start to cover. I mean, in this one, so I'll tell you this right now, guys, and it's just teaching. So both teams are on a losing streak, right? This is something that I would do. If both teams are on a losing streak, I would take the dog. That's just what I would do. And the home team is the dog here. You don't lay 9 points. It's either you. So I would suggest don't bet this game at all, basically. But what I'm saying is, you don't lay 9 points with another losing team. So the Rockets have lost 20. Raptors have lost they've lost 8 in a row, not really showing as much fight. You just lost yesterday versus the Cavs. You're laying 7.5 points in that one. So we got 2 teams on the back-to-back. One stayed at the house. The other one's on the road, laying even more points than they did the night before. The Rockets are absolutely terrible. So Oladipo's out. Obviously, so John Wall could have chose to rest this game. This is why I still think they are slightly trying and want to get it over at some point. John Wall could have rested here. He's not on the injury report. Kevin Porter Jr. is questionable. Lean Rockets, but I don't even want to call it lean because I wouldn't bet this game with your money. I wouldn't. But I just want to do not lay. I can't tell you don't, but you don't want to lay points with a team on the road that's struggling just as much. The Raptors were a really good defensive team. Right now, they don't seem to care about defense. Lowry is about to get traded here any day now, most likely. What is he out there playing for? So I mean, and I want to segue into that. Guys, this is the trade deadline's on Thursday. Do not go crazy on any of these games. We could see anything happen. Larry could be announced traded literally right before the game, guys. So just for what it's worth, with a lot of these people try to follow who might get traded. Some players on the Hawks probably finna get traded. The Celtics possibly finna make a trade right now. The Raptors are heavily shopping in Lowry. He's about to go somewhere. So just be interesting. Don't take too much into account of these games super early. I would say maybe wait until later in the day, bet some of these games. Anything can happen with some of these guys on the trade block. So I feel like I had to say that because Thursday is the day, 3 o'clock Eastern. So you're going to see some crazy shit. I've seen players pulled off the bench. We saw it with Harrison Barnes, Shark. So let's go to what other game you want to go to, my guy?
I mean, we only got 3 left here. Oh, excuse me. We have one disrespectful game, Sacramento at Cleveland. I have nothing on that. So let's fast forward to Boston and Memphis. I think people want to talk about that a little bit. I think it's a great spot for Memphis when you look at it. But the unfortunate thing here is that Boston is in a window where they should improve. However, Memphis has been lackluster the last 2 against Golden State. They should not have covered the last one. We had it. I think we put it on record here. I had it -6.5. I got very fortunate there. Jordan Poole, thank you for fouling that guy. It was classic swag basketball, NBA basketball. But when you see this here, I think this is a good spot for Memphis numerically. I think, of course, when you look at the records, it is very even. I never thought that we'd be talking about Boston 21-21 on the campaign at this point. So it's fairly sharp at that -1, 1.5, 2. I think it is right now 2. So I think ultimately it's a sharp line. I do want to take Memphis, but not anything sanctioned for me on this one.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I'm not messing with this game, man. The Grizzlies don't look totally right to me. They are super close to getting Jaren Jackson Jr. back, Triple J. So we'll see what's up with that. I'm not laying points at that. I'm not a big fan of laying points with the Grizzlies at the house. I mean, the Celtics haven't been in a good rut right now. I do think that they will try to cluster some wins here. They are coming to win here, even though Kemba Walker is out. You still got Marcus Smart. The thing is, so I'm gonna tell you what's up with the Celtics. They could possibly. So they hit up the Hawks about, I think it was maybe Collins or somebody, or about somebody, and then so they were saying, all right, well we want to build a package around Jaylen Brown. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh hell no, I don't know what to think. It does get, these are players, they are human beings. If you're talking about trading, even though this is a business, even though this is the NBA, this is a business. But these players, it can't get in their head if they're possibly about to get traded, if their environments are about to be moved around. You just think about it. Your family, everybody's going to have to pack up and leave. Schools for your kids, all this. It's a lot to think about if you're about to get traded to a whole nother city. So I just want to plant that seed in you guys' mind. But yeah, this game, I don't like it.
And Jay, one other point on this. Memphis laid the same figure at home to Miami, and we saw how they covered. They got a little fortunate. And of course, we're never going to make excuses for a sharp take hitting, but of course, we had to make the excellent left-handed layup and then a foul at the last second of the game. And I think that when you look at just the way this is weighted, it's very similar. Boston is graded very similarly to Miami. And when you zoom out a little bit, is Memphis going to go 2-0 in this environment when they got a little fortunate before? Theoretically, it should come the other way. They should get a little less fortunate here as the same figure against a similarly graded team from the East. So I think that really it's tough to sanction Memphis. And I could see Boston just getting a little lucky. And I think it's a sharp line. I think it's going to come down to the wire.
So you know what? You know why it's -2? And I didn't even look at this beforehand because I knew I didn't care about this freaking game. And it's not lazy to do it because, I mean, I know if I'm not betting on a game, then I won't. But it is the 5th game in 7 nights for the Celtics. And it's not going to push me either way because, to be honest with you, I think the way the Grizzlies are playing, they're, like you said, they're getting super lucky. Their first game versus Golden State without Steph really showed me that this is not the Grizzlies team that I know that comes to play hard every single day, no matter who's on the other side. They had a letdown. They had some complacency, and I don't like to see that from a team that usually plays balls to the wall every single night. This is 5th game in 7 nights for the Celtics, but I could still possibly see, I mean, before the win last night versus the Magic, you had lost 3 straight games. You see what I'm saying? So they're not coming in here laying down. It's not the same thing with the Heat where they had won so many games and just coming off that one loss. Or no, they weren't coming off a loss. They were coming off wins for the Heat. They were due for a loss. So this one, the Celtics are still coming in pissed. It's 5th game in 7 nights, but no, we're pissed and we got to win. So I mean, I actually would lean Celtics, but that spot speaks volumes for the Grizzlies. 5 game in 7 nights. It is a super fatigue spot, so I'm not messing with it. You want to talk? Let's talk about this Pacers versus Bucks, my guy.
Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot here, other than the fact that this is a revenge game for Indy, and Indy is percolating. They're showing signs. Those were 2 very representative efforts at Miami. Of course, the contrary point to that is that are they fatigued? But the line is scaling against it. Milwaukee laid 8.5 before, laying 5.5 here, and it's a revenge game for Indy. And Indy's funky. We've been saying it all year. They play better in the second leg of back-to-backs than they do in the first leg. So I don't know. And, ultimately, when we go down this board, you said it off the record, we'll say it now. It's a little bit of a difficult board. This is definitely not like just a standout board. A lot of sharp lines, a lot of merged narratives, merged dynamics. But when you really look at this, is Indy going to continue the upward movement, obviously off of a 2-game cluster, both straight-up wins as dogs at Miami, or is Milwaukee just going to take care of business? I don't really have anything put on record here officially.
God, yeah, I don't have much. Obviously, no Giannis here. If you liked Indy here, you could have got +10, +10.5 last night. I think it was up for a little while, depending on what book you have. It was up for a little while. I'm on that watermelon runts, J Money. Damn, Omar, never heard of that one. Omar be on some tracks over there. Where you at, boy? Roll it up one time. Nah, I'm messing with you. Hey, Charles say smash that like button. Y'all hit the like button, guys, please. What you on, Eric? Because I know where you at. Where you Black Runts, Eric. I need you to bring that through, man. Where it's at, my guy. You ain't never fired me up on it, man. Hey, y'all hit the like button, man, please. Even games we don't have a bet on, just a lean. We still just come on here just to try and teach you how we look at games. Just try to get you, you know what I'm saying? It's my guy there. He looks at games how I don't look at games. I look at games like he doesn't. When we merge together on something, it really is something beautiful, I must say. It's what we do, man. Bet the NBA. I don't have much on that Hawks versus Clippers. The Hawks are super hot right now. The Clippers will start to show a continued buy, in my opinion. The Clippers are a good team, one of the best defensive teams. The Hawks can be somewhat soft at some point. Are they complacent after getting that win in LA versus the Lakers? Could possibly happen. A lot better spots out here, Shark. If you want, you can talk some smack about any other game, or you can break them off with your official play, my guy.
Only thing I'll say on that, this is a revenge game for the Clippers. The Clippers did lose to Atlanta without their guys. It was the pride of Duke, Luke Kennard, and a bunch of role players for the Clippers in Atlanta, January 26th, I believe. So you get a revenge game. Of course, you do get the layover in LA, and Atlanta is way too hot. But again, they were supposed to get hot. without Nate McMillan at the helm, they were extremely, extremely undervalued. They were playing pathetic basketball. So this is exactly where they should be going. They should be on an L7, or excuse me, on a dub 7. This is where they should be. It's in their environment. But again, you get the Clippers here coming up as well. And we always say this, you don't want to bet a game where both teams are coming into the same environment. So for me, I think I'm officially tailing. I got to give credit to the legend himself, Jay Money is Money. Chicago +9, official for me as well. Chicago +9, top player of the day.
Let's cash it, bro. Let's cash. Yeah, the Pacers have been 1-6 against the spread last 7 meetings, and 0-5 against the spread last 5 in Milwaukee. Like I always say, this is their chance. Like without Giannis over there, this is your chance. It is a terrible fatigue spot for them, and they had to fly from Miami, often overtime win, then going to Milwaukee. So obviously, it gets a little bit easier for the Pacers not having to deal with Giannis. But I know what the Bucks are doing. They know how bad of a spot it is for the Pacers, and they could probably feel like they could still win this game without Giannis. I don't think he has an injury. This is them just resting him up, a little bit of load management. They know how they own the Pacers, and they know that it's a bad spot for them. Just know it's not just me that knows these things, guys. The other people that look at this shit, they have to know this. But just real quick, college, no official college plays, but I do like UCLA and because I hadn't bet them yet. UCLA, I think they'll get it done over Abilene Christian and USC. So both of the both of the LA squads, you know what I'm saying? Both of the California squads, I actually like both of them, to be honest with you. I really like USC a little bit more, but I think USC and UCLA both will get it done today, guys. These dogs have been red hot in the tournament. Trust me, I know, but just know that the favorites will start back hitting. I know that USC is a pick, but the UCLA -5, I think it might hit, guys. You like USC too, Simba? Yeah, I see all my sharp guys on USC today, guys.
I like USC really do.
I think USC, them boys got a couple of NBA guys over there. The Mobley brothers are going to be some problems. The 7-footer, they can shoot threes. They could guard 1 through 5 on the floor. I like it. I like it, guys. USC, my guys. I'm putting some on USC myself. UCLA as well, smaller. But Bulls +9 is the top play today. Heavy lean to the Hornets +5.5. Heavy lean to the Timberwolves as well, -3. It's up to 4 now. But those would be the heavy leans, guys. If I had to make 3 plays, Bulls the number 1 top for sure. Then Hornets, I really do think that's the sharp side. Public fade versus Spurs. All this. It's a terrible spot for the Spurs coming back to the house. Off that 5-game road trip or whatever. It's always a sleepy spot, and they're laying points. It's actually room for the Hornets to come in there and, you know what I'm saying, fight and maybe not even win, but cash. So I think the Hornets could really win that game, to be honest with you. Timberwolves, OKC is kind of tanking. They're showing that they're not want to win this game. If Timberwolves come and play their best game, they should be able to win that game by 5 to 10. Champino like Rockets +8.5. Probably couldn't talk you out of it. I'm staying off. But yeah, my guys in the chat, they leaning Ohio versus Creighton. I lean it as well. Preston, they gotta play better defense versus Creighton, guys. I will say that Ohio defense is a little bit suspect, to be honest with you. So Shark, anything else, bro? For Gary, we all broke them off with the plays.
That's it. Chicago +9, official. Shark Waters Nation, 9 words of lifestyle. Ride whatever you're on the water. J Money is Money. Close them out, my man. You the dollar.
Officials will official. Tops will top. Tippity top it off. We're going with Bulls +9 top play. I like the Bulls here, home dog. I can see it. Like I say, once again, the secondary leans would be Hornets +5.5, and then the Wolves -4, guys. Like UCLA and USC, both in college today, my guys. No, not official though. Not official. Just trying to give you guys some leans for some March Madness as some tokens for coming into you know what I'm saying. Check us out, bro. So Chi-Town, Windy City, all that. They're 4-1 against spread last 5. Let's keep it going today. 9+9 dog at the house. May the Windy City blow cash in our accounts, guys. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Please hit the like button if you like the content and subscribe to the channel, man. We will be back tomorrow. J Money and the Shark. Let's do it. Let's get paid, guys. We appreciate y'all. We out.